I have pretty much just got back from work. I've had a shower, and we had a decently early day today at work, which was nice. So I'm home in time to make food and actually film some content, which is really, really nice. And I thought the best way to, I want to make a longer form video. Best way to do that, I think, straight away is a full day of eating. And this is just kind of, I'm gonna do details about me, kind of height, weight, age, whatever, and then what my goals are, what I'm doing, why I'm eating the way I'm eating. Number one, 19, 79 kilos, averaging this week 78.5 kilos, measured in this morning at 79.4 kilos. Yesterday I was 78.4. So, you know, you can have quite a big difference, and the weight fluctuates a lot. You know, I've had 78.2, like I said today, 79.4, so that's in kilograms as well, so, you know, quite the difference. Yeah, I'm also 5'8", and that's kind of everything that you need to know about me, like height and weight wise. Training wise, training's going well. Training's going really well. I'm also gonna, it's not just going to be a full day of eating. I will be training in this video as well. Yeah, so that, and what my goals are. Number one, the overall goal is to turn bodybuilding into a career. Ideally, I want to compete professionally in bodybuilding. I would like to get to the level of being an Olympian, and I believe I will do that. Obviously, there are many steps that I need to take on the way to that. So that's in my head all the time, but I do understand that I'm not going to be there now. It will take me years to get there, but I know that I can do it, if you know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, so what I'm doing now for my diet, this is what my coach has set for me. It's called a mock prep. And a mock prep is essentially a prep without a show at the end. Typically it'll last shorter than an actual prep as well. So for example, this mock prep was 7 weeks. It is 7 weeks. We might think about extending it just so I can start my gaining phase on a lower body fat level, which obviously is an ideal place to start. After my mock prep, that's when we'll decide, depending on how I'm looking, the size that I keep, and how good I look compared to other people competing at my level, that I will, when I will step on stage and when I will first compete. I'm 19 years old, so the one thing I will say is time is on my side, but that's the reason I'm starting now, is I believe if I waited until I was 20 or 21 to actually take big steps towards competing and starting my bodybuilding career, I believe it would be too late for me to get to the level that I want to get to. First competition, hopefully next year. That's all the details I know about any kind of competition that I want to do. I do not know the dates. I do not know what competition I want to compete in yet. All I know is that the class I want to compete in is classic physique. So yeah, first meal, or technically second meal. I will admit I didn't film one meal today, and that's because it was 5:30 in the morning and it was just a bowl of Cocoa Pops. I need to go get some protein powder as well so I can make myself a protein shake, which is usually part of that breakfast, but I couldn't have because I don't have any protein powder. Yeah, so second meal of the day. Once I'm back from work, it's 1 o'clock now, nearly 2 o'clock. Chicken sausages, 3 chicken sausages, 3 turkey bacon, some Weetabix with almond butter and honey, and 50 mils of milk. I'll show you all the measurements and how it looks and everything after it's done, but right now I have the chicken sausages cooking and I have the turkey bacon cooking, and yeah, I'll show you what the meal looks like after. Right, okay. I also realised I don't actually have almond butter in this meal. I only have honey in this meal, which is quite disappointing because I quite like almond butter. But yeah, so Weetabix, 50 mils of milk, 55 grams of Weetabix and 5 grams of honey. From what I remember and what I've done before, 3 Weetabix is usually around 55. So I'm going to do that. And the good thing about Weetabix is if it doesn't reach there, you could always pour in some extra. Yeah, I feel like Weetabix are always like they I think it's Jordans or something, or Oat Valley or whatever, but those are really crumbly biscuits that you eat. One of my friends had a really, really weird talent to be able to eat one of those biscuits without spilling a crumb. It was quite impressive, actually. But yeah, I have to admit, this prep is getting quite hard now. Mainly because it doesn't help that I am an absolute addict to Instagram Reels, and everything is now just food, which helps, obviously. So it has been a struggle, but I'm going to try and stop watching that. I won't stop on Reels because Reels is fun, but try and stay off the food side of it. And training today, I believe, is I actually didn't know what this was at first, but it's called top line and some arms as well. So your top line is kind of upper chest and shoulders, and then obviously a little bit of arms as well. And if you don't know what arms are, I don't know, ask your parents, I guess. Oh, that was almost exactly it, perfect. Yeah, also 50 mils of milk really doesn't seem like a lot, but I actually don't mind eating Weetabix, like, crunchy. I feel like that's also how it's supposed to be eaten. Yeah. And to be completely honest with you, I don't actually know what else I want to say. The whole purpose of the mock prep is to actually prepare for doing an actual prep. So when I go into my actual prep, it's almost like a walk in the park for me. It won't be a walk in the park, but a little bit easier for me. I think the actual main struggle is more mental than it is physical. Obviously I feel hungry, but like I said, me scrolling on Instagram Reels, seeing all the food and stuff like that, that won't be helping. And it doesn't help that I am a massive foodie. Like, I like food, so I order food a lot. I don't anymore because I'm on prep, but I did. So that doesn't help. The other good thing about a mock prep is it does give me a chance to really, really learn about everything that I need to be doing. If I do make a mistake, obviously the aim is to not do that, but I'm a human being. If I do make a mistake, I know what I did wrong and how to combat it the next time I go and compete. I'm supposed to be having 3 chicken sausages and 3 bits of turkey bacon. They are the same amount of calories per single thing. However, I have run out of turkey bacon. Not turkey bacon, run out of chicken sausages. I only had 2 left, so that's it. But let me show you what it is looking like. It is going to be incredibly bland, but that's what I'm working with, and it does the job. It's really not that bad. Chicken sausages taste nice. They're a bit of a hack if you want to lose weight. Same as turkey bacon, it's not too bad. Weetabix is nice, and a little bit of honey. So I can't really complain about much. I get to eat, I have a roof over my head. I get to train today. What more could I want? Exactly. Yeah, so I think next I'm gonna go to the gym. I'll train after I've eaten this. I'll obviously film the training. We'll do the training, and then I'll carry on with filming the rest of my day of eating. Okay, truth is I don't actually have that long to film in the gym, so I'm going to try my best to film and get as much as possible. I'm going to focus less on yapping while I'm in the gym, more on the actual training, so that I can film as much as possible, because I'd rather you also see my training as well while I'm talking about my diet and stuff like that later on. You can see kind of where I'm at and what I'm doing, and hear me yap. Let me show you my monster crack. Oh yeah, did 10 reps there. I'm supposed to do 12 for the next one, but I do feel like I can get more out of it. So I'm going to try go for 12 on the same weight. If not, I'd rather overshoot than undershoot. Holy moly. I definitely was never getting 12 on that. I thought I could, but oh well, I got 8. So 10 kilos aside, 10 for the first one, 8 for the second one. Actually makes sense. A drop set. I'm also wearing my hoodie up, not because I want to look like more because my hair keeps getting so yeah, I'm going to do 35 kilos and then probably I might drop down to 15 kilos or 17 and a half. Drop down to 15 kilos or 17 and a half. The only issue is it's a drop set and you do, so I'll do normal amount of reps with 35 kilos, however many I can get. Aim for maybe 8, I think. Get at 8. And then on the drop set I need to do 10 reps, no 5 reps, sorry, but with a 5-second eccentric. So that's going to feel fantastic. I think that was perfect. I'll be honest with you, I lost count on the first one. This is technically my 4th meal of the day, but my 3rd meal was the same as this meal, so I thought I'd film this meal. 40 grams dry rice, 45 grams dry rice, basmati rice, and 175 grams of chicken thighs. It's a fairly boring meal, but I used to use things and stuff to make it taste nice. If you can't tell, I'm extremely tired. I came home from the gym, had a shower, ate some food, chilled out for a little bit, and now I'm making this meal. But the reason I wanted to start filming, because I didn't really want to film, to be completely honest with you. However, I enjoy making content. It's what I want to do. Well, bodybuilding is what I want to do. Content comes along with that. I just wanted to show you my supplement stack quickly. Now there is 1 thing missing, I believe, maybe 2. But we'll see. First thing is electrolytes. I'm not a scientist. I know that they help with energy and fatigue. Don't know how. I am not going to be much help here. I'll be completely honest with you. You can do some research in what these things do. I trust my coach. I've done a tiny bit of research, so I know a little bit about what they do. But, you know, I'm trying to keep this brief and be completely honest with you. Probiotics for your gut, digestion, making sure that everything kind of this way goes okay. Vitamin B, complex. These 2 here are magnesium and zinc. Zinc and magnesium, they're 2 things that help with your sleep, and sleep is very important to me. I wake up very early, and I try to go to bed as early as possible. I used to struggle with getting to sleep a lot. Since I've started taking that, I haven't been struggling as much whatsoever. It's been very good, and it has helped me a lot. So yeah, those are the kind of the things that I take every single day. I'm actually about to, also obvious ones, creatine and protein. I should be taking those as someone who wants to be a bodybuilder. So yeah, anyway, I'm about to make this meal. One last thing I wanted to talk about. This bit is incredibly important to me because it's specifically targeted at young people. So people who are my age and younger, who are maybe in school as well. This is something that I've really been wanting to talk about, and I just feel like I never word it correctly, so I'm going to try my best to word it correctly now. During school, I had quite a difficult time, mainly because I already knew what I wanted to do. It was become a bodybuilder. And in school, the other thing, sorry, just quickly, that I believe in is if you love something and you're truly passionate about it and you're young, put all your eggs in one basket and do what you love. Since I've been working to be able to fund this, my mental health hasn't been great. I've kept on top of it, and I am going to see a professional. I genuinely, completely honestly, I don't think I have anything like depression. I know that I have anxiety, but I've had anxiety for the past few years, and I've become very good at dealing with that myself, so that I'm perfectly fine. But I believe that it's good to talk to someone and catch something that could possibly turn into something like depression. And I'm not lucky, but I am lucky in a sense that my dad specifically has very, 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 he's suffered greatly with depression, and he knows the signs and stuff like that. So anyway, I'm doing what I'm doing so that I can do what I love. And obviously it's going to be a bit difficult, but for some people, just doing what you love is something like traveling. And it's one of those things that I would always say, not specifically traveling, but with your dreams and with what you love and with what you're passionate about, just go 100%. Because the truth is, say you're 16, right? That's 16 years out of what, the average of 75 to 80 years of life? You have time. And I didn't feel like that when I was younger, or even now, sometimes I don't. But you have time. I am now taking my time. And actually things have progressed quicker since I've started taking my time. My mind isn't always filled with 100 different thoughts at the same time, thinking I'm well behind. I'm not. I just think it's so important. And also the educational system and school and everything, when it comes to doing what you love and chasing your dreams, it's not the place to be. Absolutely not. School made me feel stuck. I believe that I did 2 years of sixth form. I believe that was a massive waste of my time. I actually do think that I should have gone to college instead, done a personal training course or something along the lines of. Because, yeah, you know, I just feel like I wasted my time at sixth form doing 2 subjects that I didn't want to do and 1 subject that I kind of wanted to do, but I could have done even more and further in college. So, yeah, it's one of those things, it's a very cliche thing saying chase your dreams, do what you love, do what you're passionate about and stuff like that, but it's one of those things that I couldn't recommend more. And don't get me wrong, I'm not successful in what I'm doing yet, but I will be, because I am working my little socks off. And it's already starting to work, you know, I've got an okay amount of followers on TikTok, for me anyway. I'm posting on YouTube. I don't see any reason for me not to do well in the future. And with how much work I'm putting in the gym, I don't see any reason why I shouldn't be able to win competitions and become a pro bodybuilder and get to the level that I want to get to. Anyway, yeah, that's literally it for this video. I'm going to be posting once a week. I'm going to try post on Monday. This should be coming out Monday. I'm hoping it comes out Monday.